Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome back to Saya. I'm Isaiah. I'm going to ramble a moment today on the topic, a term, one of my favorite terms that I've learned recently, but in another context, I'm going to apply it to a new context, and that term is combinatorially explosive, combinatorial explosion. What does that mean? Combinatorially explosive, or a combinatorial explosion, is something where it's overwhelmingly difficult to compute. A combinatorial explosion occurs when you have a pattern take off to infinity, a sequential pattern become infinitely complicated. Maybe not infinitely, but the point is it becomes too big to compute in a reasonable or feasible amount of time. This has implications, this concept in my head has implications for day-to-day life. I have run across things that are combinatorially explosive in my life, shifting something like the idea of a civil war in the United States, or the possibility that or thermonuclear war, the possibility that our leadership is, we know they're corrupt and incompetent, but so corrupt and incompetent that we perhaps begin to think that they're impossible to overcome and overthrow. The greatest coup we could muster would never hold a candle to what they would throw back at us to stop us. That would be a very depressing thing. These things I just listed would all be very depressing things, and combinatorially explosive things have that quality of being depressing. The reason they're depressing isn't just because they pose a threat to your life, but because they pose a threat to things you care about, and undermining or shifting things you care about causes stress. In other words, when you get hit with information that is way too much to compute in a feasible amount of time, we feel overloaded, we feel stressed out. It's like coming in on a job and on day one being given the most difficult thing in the office, the most difficult task. It's just too much. And it's what causes burnout. It's stressful. So, in order to avoid combinatorial explosions, what you do is limit. You have to put a catch on the amount that you're allowed to process. This has a connection to Star Wars. I was watching Star Wars with the wife recently at her request, which I found amazing, and we've been binging through the trilogies, the old one and the new one. Or the old one, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, and 9 never happened. I don't think those even exist. And a theme that kept coming back around that Lucas started in 4, 5, 6 was that a Jedi keeps their attention in the here and now, in the present, in the moment, and that when they don't do that, and they begin thinking outside the moment, then it's implied that that's a road to the dark side. And the reason is because leaving the moment makes you prey to fear. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. In order to avoid fear, you have to keep your attention in the moment. You have to keep the computation that you're trying to process in your day-to-day, moment-to-moment existence. You have to cap it, constrain it, so that it doesn't become too much and overwhelming and too stressful for you to handle. Not stressful. There should always be some stress, but finding that balance between too stressful and stressful is what it's all about, and that's the whole point of finding That's the whole point of the Jedi's challenge. So I have connected I believe, a mathematical or engineering concept of something that is combinatorially explosive to psychology loosely and to Star Wars. So there you go. I'm done rambling for today. If you've enjoyed listening to me ramble, please hit the like button, subscribe button, and if there's something you want me to gab about in a future video, I will consider it. Leave a comment. That's it for now. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your Thursday.